What's up, people? Base Brawler here, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys the history of Arroz, or Arroz, however you want to pronounce his name, because he is a very interesting character when it comes to the whole BOOLit games and the BOOLit verse and everything. And I don't know what BOOLit has planned for him, but nonetheless, I'm very glad that he's in the game. Yes, me being a Rice fanboy, and even a fan of Rosado, I would have probably preferred them still. But nonetheless, I'm very happy that he is in this game. It gives the game more variety, and he is eventually going to add those characters. We just gotta wait a little bit. And by a little bit, I probably mean longer than like a month, but we're definitely going to see them at some point. But Arroz is very unique, he's very special, and I'm going to go over exactly why. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, and also subscribe for more Burst of Power content. But anyway, let's get right into it. So, Arroz first appeared as a concept for a game called New Power Level Warrior. And this was in 2018, which was just 1 year, okay, 1 year after the final Power Level Warrior released, okay? Now, BOOLit was still going to plan on working on the final Power Level Warrior during this time. However, he was going to get assistance from another developer, or at least we thought he was going to be a developer, called Fun Taurus, okay? Now, Fun Taurus was supposed to be the main developer on this game, but he was sort of inexperienced. So BOOLit first had him work on a couple of other games. But I'll get into that possibly in a separate video if you guys want to see something like that. But for now, I just mainly want to talk about Arroz. So, he was supposed to be in a game called New Power Level Warrior, which is basically going to be a reboot of Power Level Warrior. Because BOOLit didn't really have that much of a direction going in the other games. I mean, he didn't really have a set story. He did have sagas and everything in the final Power Level Warrior, but they didn't really have a set story. However, this game was going to have a new story, and the main character was going to be Arroz, and another character by the name of Ricotta, a female. I'll talk about her again in another video, if she ends up, being a thing, but I doubt it, so I don't know. She might. We'll see. But honestly, BOOLit, I just really hope you add Rice and Rosado soon. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, Arroz and New Power Level Warrior in general didn't really end up becoming a thing because, once again, Fun Taurus didn't really, work on the games. He was still inexperienced, and he didn't really seem to, at a certain point, want to continue working on the games. But there was a game that, he made with BOOLit, with actually a lot of help from BOOLit, like BOOLit mostly worked on it, called Power Level Warrior Tap Trainer, which came out in 2018. Now, Power Level Warrior Tap Trainer, or 2019, I forgot. I think it was 2018 though. And Power Level Warrior Tap Trainer was a game where you could use different characters from the Power Level Warrior games and each of their models and everything, and you could just tap the screen and charge up. Now, the first, technically quote-unquote playable time we were able to have Arroz was in that game. You unlock him after you unlock all the other characters from the previous game, and he didn't have any, well, at the time, I called them transformations. Now I call them power-ups because, Google. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, Arroz didn't, again, really have his own thing. However, he did have his own aura and everything, and he did have a unique, look to him. And he even had his own facial expressions in that game. But Burst of Power is really the first game where we're actually able to, quote-unquote, play as him. Because in Tap Trainer, I mean, you can tap the screen and you can see him, charge up key and all that, but it's not really the same thing, okay? Now, let's skip a couple years. I mean, I would go on the history of the other games. I was going to talk about Power Level Warrior 0, but that didn't even really mention Arroz. So, let me just, skip to now. So, BOOLit was teasing a character for Burst of Power after, the game released and everything, and actually just a couple weeks ago, he decided to state this. He personally told me that a new character was coming. He didn't tell me who. And I was thinking that was going to be one of the, Rice siblings because, I mean, it would only make sense to me. And he did say that he was going to add them eventually, so I was thinking it was going to be one of them. Plus, sequentially, like, they are the next characters in line to be added to the game. I mean, after, you know, Legends Within, there was Power Level Warrior 1, and then 2. And 2 had Rice, Ricette, and Risotto. And Power Level Warrior 1 had, Risotto. Risotto, yeah. And so, anyway, let me get into this game, because he's actually very interesting in this game. And I'm going to pretty much explain why. And what's cool about him, as well as, Raylene, Rizona, and Rizzo, is that they're pretty much unknown. So, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. If you guys haven't played through Episode 1 of Arc 2, there's going to be a spoiler, okay? I have a spoiler. So, be warned, there is a spoiler. And also, this could be a spoiler for the character bio, so once I go to the character bio as well, you have been warned this is a spoiler warning, okay? I probably wouldn't have done this if someone in our Discord, mentioned to me that, I did a spoiler, okay? So I'm going to go to the manga cutscene right here, okay? Now, I'm going to skip to the end, because the end is the only one that really shows him. So, at the end of the manga, if you guys haven't read the manga, pretty much a lot of stuff happens. Gloggle is defeated again. He's revealed to be inside one of the other Sentinels. And then the apprentice appears and kills him. Afterward, Raylene witnesses Arroz literally walking out of this portal. And he's like, where the f*** am I? Pretty much. I know he doesn't say that, but like, if in real life I got transported to a place I've never been before, I'd be like, what the where am I? Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's beside the point. I keep saying beside the point, but whatever. This is all the story we really have for him in terms of current events with the actual present storyline for the game. But in his backstory, aka his bio, we're going to take a look at that as well. So, it says, as you can see, Power Level Warrior R 2018. That game was canceled, but again, he really first appeared in Tap Trainer. I would understand this if he had like a beta for it for other people, because he did that for Anyway, let's just get into the bio. Arroz was born in a clan called the Flame, and that's very interesting because BOOLit has never mentioned that before. And I'm not saying that like, oh, he's like contradicting it. No, he's literally never mentioned that before, so that's a brand new thing. His mother was a pure-blooded flameswoman. Sorry guys, I'm stumbling over my words. But his father was not. For this, he was often looked down upon. His half-blood became more obvious when he started his training as a flame warrior, because his fire talents were not on par with the other warrior trainees. He was outcast, but that didn't stop him. He left the clan and became a mercenary. His goal was to travel the universe and try to find out where his other half originates. Maybe it could explain his lack of talent of the fire. Sorry, I was trying to read like real fancy there, but... So, he is part of a fire clan. The Flame. And that is really cool. Guys, depending on the abilities that Rice ends up having, he might be my new favorite character. It's possible. I do have favoritism over Rice, because I do kind of like his design, his short hair and everything. But I might get a little more favoritism towards Arroz, because I'm a really big fan of flame abilities in video games and stuff. And if he's going to be able to manipulate flame abilities in future games and everything, that's going to make me a huge fan of him. I'm already a huge fan of him. I love his power-ups. I love everything about that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I'm probably going to put a spoiler alert in the title as well, just in case, because you guys do see the ability. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. The ability is really easy to unlock, but nonetheless, it's all good. But yeah, I hope this video was informative. If I got anything wrong, I'm pretty dang sure BOOLit is gonna be on me about it. I don't personally want to, like, attack Funtor's character, but it still would have been very interesting to see a Power Level Warrior reboot and have Arroz in it. But I'm glad he's in this game. I mean, technically he's still BOOLit property, because Funtor didn't really, like, take up that mantle. So I'm glad to see that he's actually playable in a game. And this couldn't be a better game for him to, or worse, I don't know how to say that. You guys get what I'm trying to say, though. This couldn't be a, there couldn't be a better game. That's what I meant to say, not this. There couldn't be a better game for him to join in. This is seriously, this game has a lot of potential. And the fact that Arroz is in it is going to make this game a lot more fun. And his flame abilities are just really fun to play with. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, despite the fact that I've been stuttering for the past 2 minutes. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Burst of Power content. Have a nice day if you're not already having one, and goodbye.